They said nothing lives in the storm belt, but the storm was breathing. The wind screamed through the junk plains of Eclipsera 9, tearing open the skin of the planet, and in the thunder's glow, something shined beneath the wreckage. Jace Mercer, 28, knee-deep in metal dust, saw it first a pod older than human memory, pulsing like a dying heart. He reached out, and the metal moved. Inside an alien woman wrapped in light, her body half-translucent, her veins glowing with songs of another sun. Her eyes flickered open for just a second, and his name burned across his mind, though she had never seen him. "Your soul," she whispered, "is the only thread left to bind me." The storm howled harder. Tools levitated. Metal screamed. The pod cracked and the air folded inward as her energy reached for him. Who was she? What was she running from? And why did it feel like his soul already knew hers? When her light touched him, everything went silent except her voice in his head, soft, ancient, and afraid. "If I die, you die with me." In that moment, Jace Mercer stopped being just a mechanic. He became the vessel of an alien princess' last breath, and the world began to rewrite itself around them. The storm broke by dawn. Jace awoke in his workshop, trembling, heart pounding like it had learned a new rhythm. His hands glowed faintly where her light had touched him. Tools hummed. Machines turned on by themselves. And in the corner, the alien pod, now empty, dripped with silver condensation that pulsed to his heartbeat. When the voice spoke again, it came from inside him. "Do not be afraid. You are the bridge." He stumbled, knocking over his tools. The air thickened then. Rippled as Lunara, 22, appeared before him. Her form unstable, light and flesh shifting in rhythm with his breathing. Every time she blinked, his chest ached. Every time he spoke, her pulse answered. JC's mind split open with visions, golden oceans, floating citadels, and a dying sun collapsing into a song. He saw Lunara's people, Fialera, burning, their light torn from their bodies. Her scream echoed in his skull. He felt her pain, her loss, her desperate will to live. But beneath it all was something darker. A prophecy that spoke his name long before he was born. Far beyond the scrapyards, Rex Vulcan, 41, watched the storm's data feeds flicker on his visor. "Found you," he whispered. Behind him, his mercenary ships ignited, engines howling like wolves. Back in the workshop, Jace felt a pulse, hers or his. He couldn't tell, and in the silence before dawn, two souls now shared one heartbeat. The hunt had already begun. Jace Mercer, 28, stared into the cracked mirror of his workshop. His reflection blinked twice for him, once for her. "Stop fighting me," Lunara, 22, murmured inside his head. Every breath he took made his veins shimmer like molten glass. His heartbeat echoed hers, two rhythms trying to become one. The room flickered between blue and red light as their essences battled for control. He slammed his hand against the table. Sparks leapt from his skin. She gasped, visible only for a second in the reflection, a ghost made of light and sorrow. "I'm not your host," he said. "No," she whispered. "You are my prison, and my only way home." The storm never really ended. It just moved inside them. As bounty hunters scanned the wasteland, Jace and Lunara fled across the magnetic plains, her light flickering like a beacon in the dust. Every time he stumbled, she steadied his body with invisible strength. But her power drew attention drones turning, sensors blinking, weapons warming. "We have to hide," Jace muttered. "Hide?" Her voice echoed through his veins. "There is no hiding from hunger. They want my core." The ground erupted behind them as plasma bolts hit the sand, painting the night with green fire. They found shelter in the hollow ribs of an old starship. The walls hummed with ancient circuitry, echoing like a pulse. Jace collapsed, panting, while Lunara's form flickered to full shape beside him. "You feel pain," she said softly, touching his bruised arm. "It's unpleasant, He laughed weakly. Yeah, that's kind of the point. She tilted her head, studying him like he was the alien. For the first time, her eyes softened, not glowing, but human. Is this what it means to feel? She asked. He nodded. Welcome to being alive. When the pain came again, it wasn't physical, it was fading. Jace felt his memories dissolve at the edges. His childhood, his mother's voice, his first sunrise all thinning like mist. Lunara watched in silence. Realization dawned. My survival is consuming you. He nodded slowly. Then stop. Her eyes filled with light that wasn't just energy, it was regret. If I stop, she whispered, we both die. The air thickened with sorrow and static. Somewhere deep in their bond, his heartbeat faltered, and hers flared brighter. Far away in a lab made of glass and shadows, Dr. Mira Sen, 34, watched Jacey's vital patterns spike across her holographic screens. She hadn't seen him in years, not since he left her team for the scrapyards. Now, his energy signature pulsed like alien code. She zoomed in, freezing the waveform. It's bonded, she whispered. Alari light fused with human DNA behind her. The door hissed open. A mercenary in black armor handed her a transmission from Rex Vulcan, 41. We found your mechanic, he growled. Mira's hand trembled. Then the war just changed. Night stretched across the scrapyard horizon like a wound that wouldn't heal. Jace Mercer, 28, sat cross-legged before the open alien circuitry salvaged from Lunara's pod. Sparks drifted around him like fireflies. Lunara, 22, hovered near, her body shimmering with unstable pulses. If I can stabilize your light, Jace said quietly, maybe I can keep you and Melif. She watched him with ancient calm. You would repair a star with human hands? He smiled faintly. I fix what's broken. That's what mechanics do. When he activated the circuit, the ground trembled, her glow surged, his nose bled. But for a heartbeat, they were balanced. In orbit above the storm belt, Rex Vulcan 41 grinned beneath his visor. The signal had been chasing now pulsed clear, a perfect trail of Alari energy. Across the bridge, Mira Sen, 34, sat in silence, forced to assist under threat. You said he was dead, Rex growled. He was, she replied, until she found him. Rex leaned closer, the blue light of the monitor cutting across his scarred face. Then we'll take them both. The ship's engines roared, slicing through the atmosphere like knives. Jace woke gasping, the taste of iron in his mouth. Lunara's voice echoed inside him, trembling. I need to tell you the truth. The walls shimmered with ghostly projections, visions of fleets, dying stars, and endless war. I was created to end your kind, she confessed. The Alari designed the extinction of humanity. You were never meant to exist. He stared at her, the weight of it breaking his silence. And yet, you're dying because of me, he said. She looked away. Maybe creation made a mistake. Maybe you are the correction. Pain hit like lightning. Lunara's form shattered into bursts of light as energy overloaded inside Jacey's chest. He screamed, collapsing as arcs of plasma cracked across the floor. Stop! She cried, trying to pull the power back, but the fusion had deepened. Your heart can't hold me, she shouted. Then take what you need, he gasped. The room exploded in white light. When it faded, he lay still, pulse faint, eyes half open. She fell to her knees, her glow dimming until only a single thread of light connected them both. When he opened his eyes, the world had changed. Beneath the planet's crust, deep under the scrapyard's shifting sands, something called to them. A pulse not mechanical, not organic, rhythmic like a heartbeat. The size of a city. Do you hear that? He whispered. Lunara nodded, eyes wide with reverence. It's the Ark. My people built it before the fall. The sound grew louder, resonating with his pulse, with hers, with the storm above. "It's alive," Jace murmured. "And it's waiting for you." The descent took hours, metal tunnels winding like veins through the planet's skin. Jace Mercer, 28, carried a flickering torch, though Lunara, 22, needed no light. Her glow painted the walls in slow-moving waves. The deeper they went, the louder the hum became an ancient rhythm sensing to their shared heartbeat. "It's not a structure," Lunara whispered. "It's alive." When they stepped into the central chamber, the air vibrated with warmth. Before them floated the arc, a living cathedral of light and memory, tendrils of energy coiling like vines. Jace reached out, and it recognized him. The arc spoke without sound, its voice pressing gently into their minds. It knew Lunara's name before she spoke. "Princess of Ilara." It resonated. "You return incomplete." Lunara bowed her head, trembling, her light flickering. "I failed them," she whispered. Jace stepped forward. "She didn't fail anyone. She's surviving." The arc's tendrils stirred, brushing his shoulder. "And you, human Mechanus, you carry her code." The chamber brightened until they had to shield their eyes. "You are both fragments of what must be whole again." Later, they stood in a circle of hovering orbs, the arc showing them choices. One path split their souls. Jace would live. Lunara would fade. The other fused them forever unmined. One body, neither fully human nor Alari. "You can be free," she whispered, voice trembling. "You could go back." He shook his head. "There's nothing left up there for me." Her eyes shimmered with something more human than light fear. "If we merge, you will lose yourself." He smiled faintly. "Then I'll finally understand you." Alarms shattered the stillness. Rex Vulcan, 41, stormed through the tunnels with a squad of mercenaries, weapons blazing. "Seize the core," he roared. Behind him, Doctor, Mira Sen, 34, followed in silent dread. Her gaze locked on the glowing readings flooding her wrist console. Inside the chamber, the arc trembled in defense, walls rippling like living skin. Lunara turned, her form brightening to shield Jace. "They'll destroy everything," she said. "Not if I can help it," he replied, grabbing an alien weapon from the floor, its energy sensing to his heartbeat. The first blast struck the arc's heart. The ground shook, metal veins screamed. Jace fell. Lunara caught him, and together they stared as the arc unleashed a pulse of pure light. Rex and his soldiers froze mid-stride, their armor dissolving into ash. Across Eclipsera 9, systems collapsed, cities flickered dark, and satellites rained from orbit. When the silence returned, Jace and Lunara stood alone in the glow, trembling. "What have we done?" he whispered. She reached for his hand. "We woke it." Time fractured after the pulse. The arc dimmed to a heartbeat glow, its whispers quieter, now almost sorrowful. Jace Mercer, 28, sat against the golden wall, hands shaking. His memories flickered like static. He couldn't recall his mother's face, nor the sound of his own laughter. Lunara, 22, hovered nearby, her glow flickering weakly. "You're fading," she murmured. "Pieces of you are dissolving into me." He looked at her with calm acceptance. "Then remember me properly," he said softly. "Not as a vessel, as the man who helped you live." Her eyes glimmered. "I already do." The transformation began without warning. Lunara's form solidified, skin turning opaque, hair falling like silver threads. For the first time, she was fully human. But every breath she took drew more of Jace's strength away. "It's killing him," Mira Sen, 34, whispered, analyzing readings from a distance. Lunara looked down at her trembling hands, now flesh. "I didn't mean to steal him." Jace forced a smile, voice weak. "Maybe. You're just borrowing me." The arc flickered in sympathy, as though it too mourned the price of survival. Dr. Mira Sen, 34, worked feverishly at a console made of alien symbols. "There's a way to split your energies," she said, "but it requires a sacrifice." Her voice trembled. "One of you won't survive the process." Jace looked at Lunara, her human eyes wide and terrified. "You'll live," he told her. "That's enough." She shook her head. "I didn't come this far to be alone again." The arc brightened, projecting two silhouettes human, one alien fading into one. Mira whispered, "Choose now." Their fingers intertwined as the chamber began to hum. Above them, Rex Vulcan. 41 wasn't deadenly changed. His body fused with shards of alien armor, veins glowing crimson. "You think you can control the Ark?" he snarled, stepping through the dust. His voice was layered with static, half human, half machine. The Ark's pulse trembled in response to his rage. "It belongs to me now," he roared. Jace stood, barely stable, facing him. "You can't own something that's alive." Lunara stepped forward, her light flaring brighter than ever. "He's right. You can only become it." The Ark roared to life, 1,000 voices speaking as one. Jace felt his body dissolving into light, every heartbeat syncing with Lunara's. "You said one of us must die," he whispered. "What if we both live just differently?" She reached for him, tears glowing like stars. "Together then," as Rex charged. Their hands met. The chamber exploded in blinding, radiant human and alien essence, merging in a spiral of gold and blue. When the light faded, only silence remained. Two shadows fused into one form, standing in the glow of a new beginning. The Ark rose from beneath Eclipsera 9 like a god reborn. Its golden light split the storm clouds, scattering metal dust across the horizon. Cities trembled as alien energy veins surged through the ground. From that light emerged a figure neither fully Jace Mercer, 28, nor entirely Lunara, 22, but something new. His eyes glowed like twin suns. Her voice echoed through his chest. "We are the bridge." They spoke as one. The world below screamed half in awe, half in terror. Across the wasteland, humans and machines alike awakened with flickers of the same light. The war of flesh and radiance had begun. Rubble and lightning marked the new dawn. Scavengers, soldiers, and machines knelt before the glowing figure that was once Jace. "You are no longer one of them." Lunara's voice murmured within. "Then I'll lead what's left," he replied. His light pulsed outward, reviving fallen humans whose veins shimmered with alien luminescence. "Rise," he said. "You're not human anymore. You're survivors." Around him, a new army emerged, half light, half fleshbound by the same pulse that fused him. And for the first time, humanity's rebellion wasn't against the stars. It was the stars. Deep inside the Ark's neural core, Rex Vulcan, 41, stirred again alive, mutated, powered by raw alien fury. His voice bled through the comms like static thunder. "You took my humanity. Now I'll take yours." The chamber flared crimson as he extended his metallic arm into the Ark's systems, corrupting its veins with red light. Lunara's voice trembled within Jace. "He's rewriting the Ark. If he succeeds, he'll consume everything." Jace closed his eyes, focusing. "Then I'll stop him from the inside." His light brightened to match Rex's growing shadow. The battle raged in dimensions beyond flesh. Energy clashed with thought. Light collided with memory. As Rex's power surged, he unleashed visions of the past images of laboratories, human embryos infused with Alari DNA. "We made you," his voice thundered. "Humanity was our failed experiment," Lunara gasped, the truth unraveling her resolve. "We created them." Jace's fury burned hotter. "Then we're the proof you failed to destroy." He lunged forward, channeling every spark of shared essence into a single strike. This ends now. Light swallowed everything. Rex screamed as his armor fractured, his form disintegrating into sparks that rejoined the Ark's core. Jace stood over the collapse, barely holding shape. "We stopped him," Lunara whispered, "but the Ark's breaking apart." He nodded, voice faint. "Then we seal it from within," she cried out. "You'll vanish." He smiled, weary but certain. "Now we'll endure." In the light, their bodies dissolved into pure radiance, spiraling upward as the Ark sealed itself shut, the storm above bursting into a dawn no human had ever seen before. Silence fell where war once screamed. The Ark floated above Eclipsera 9, no longer a weapon, but a sun reborn. Its light spilled across the scorched planet, healing the metal dunes into fields of soft glass and luminous moss. In that light, a form took shape in either entirely Jace Mercer, 28, nor wholly Lunara, 22. They breathed together in one body, their voices intertwined. "We are still here," the voice said. "Carrying on the wind." The Ark pulsed gently in reply, as if blessing the fusion it once feared. The mechanic and the princess were no longer two souls, they were the dawn itself. From the ashes of wreckage the world bloomed. The air turned clear, the storms dispersed, and the first green sprouts cracked through rust and ruin. Survivors emerged from the shadows, their eyes glimmering faintly echoes of the hybrid light that once burned in Jace and Lunara. "It's beautiful," whispered one. Across the horizon, the Ark released slow waves of warmth, rewriting the very soil. Lunara's voice, soft within their merged mind, murmured, "We were born to destroy each other. But look, we became the reason life can begin again." As the days passed, humanity changed. Children born after the storm carried light beneath their skin. The stars seemed closer, whispering like old friends. The merged soul of Jace and Lunara watched from within the Ark, guardians of evolution. "They are not us," Jace's thought echoed. "They are better." Lunara smiled in his mind. "They are both." From their vantage, they saw no war, no hungeringly the beginning of something new. "Maybe," she whispered. "This is what survival was always meant to be." The Ark hovered in silence as centuries folded like seconds. Lunara's voice drifted through the wind, carried across oceans of light. "Protect them," she whispered to the stars. "Guide them when they forget." Her presence shimmered in every sunrise, every spark of invention, every child's dream of the sky. The mechanic's soul the steady hand, the quiet heart remained the rhythm of the world's pulse. Together, their legacy was written not in stone or steel, but in every living thing that dared to change. 1,000 years later, under a violet dawn, a newborn cried for the first time. Its skin shimmered faintly, with light neither human nor alien, but something wondrously between. Elders watched, silent in awe. The child opened its eyes, and in their depths burned the reflection of two souls intertwined forever. Far above, the Ark pulsed once, like a heartbeat answering from the heavens, and in that pulse, a whisper soft, eternal spoke through the wind. The mechanic kept his promise.